of your favorite place to be here on a Wednesday morning with the pitch practice, the
The
show.
show.
What's up? What's going on today, Brandon? What is up? What is up? Um,
It is a gloomy Wednesday here in Ohio. I'd love to say it was sunny and positive, but it's gloomy and dreary.
uh-huh.
I miss the sunshine right now. We are in fall.
Hmm. Oh my gosh. Last week I was, if you remember, I was just so bundled up last week. and I was just freezing. We dropped down to 40 degrees. I can't imagine how cold it is for you out there.
Uh,
Hello everybody out there watching. Thanks for joining us this morning. Make sure to grab your favorite beverage this morning. You have a beverage this morning,
no,
Brandon?
I don't drink coffee, man.
This is tea
Okay.
actually.
Well, I mean, I like tea, but no, there's no morning routine where I'm drinking something.
No water, tea, orange juice, milk.
Uh, I mean, I'll have bowl cereal, milk in it. That's about it. But there's no dedicated drink. I probably should, start the day with a healthy glass of water with a little bit of lemon in it, as most of the dietitian says. It's a great way to kickstart the stomach and get it going. But I don't do that.
Yes. Well, if you're out there watching, grab your favorite drink, sit down, join us for the next 20 minutes or so as we still dive deeper into this book right here. Yeah, we had some pretty good insights to just share those insights with you out there today. Thank goodness last week the cold weather has ended, Brandon. Well, at least temporarily. Um,
Yeah.
I saw you had snow. You had snow just a week ago, right?
Yeah, Halloween night, we got hit with a snow squall that was absolutely miserating and ruined Halloween. We made it one block, and then we got hit in the face, so we were
Uh,
soaking wet at the end of it. So we decided to come home. The kids didn't lose out though because there were other trick or treat nights, you know, in the days prior, and so I mean we have over 12 pounds of candy. We didn't really need it
oh
in one
wow.
more night. We don't really need it in a whole nother night of trick or treating. We got enough candy to last for the year and produce more cavities and make us fatter. But we got to watch the candy though because the kids they're starting to get their adult teeth, and we got to keep the sugar off of them as much as possible.
Yes, yes. 12 pounds of candy.
Yeah,
I can remember bringing home this huge bag of candy when I was young, and my mom putting half of it away. So, so we got it released to us on a schedule, and it was yeah. If it was up to me, I would have eaten the whole thing that night. Definitely my weakness.
yeah.
Um, yeah, other than the our temperatures have gone back up. I'm so grateful for that. I think I've been uh just really super busy last week. We had a since we've met up last week, just think about all the activities that have happened. We've had a challenge. We've had an online challenge. The how to get anything that you want challenge happened last week. Um, if you're like me, you received a package in the mail with I think I have it around here somewhere, but my brand new fresh copy of the Think and Grow Rich book. Did you get that,
I got my
Brandon?
box. It's out in the living room right now. I didn't think to bring it with me here, but yep, I got my box. Started reading one of the unpublished deals. It'll put you in better places among men or something of that nature. Basically, it's the psychology or the fundamentals of psychology, which is a nice excerpt out of the Think and Grow Rich book. It just goes into a little bit more depth and detail about the psychology of the human mind.
Okay. Those were in case you're wondering, those were the Mifke box, right? It was the
Yep.
Mifke box.
Hmm.
I think one of the things that I was really intrigued by was the letter that came inside of the Mifke box, which is called, you know what it's called, right, Brandon? You know what Russell Brunson
Yeah.
calls it?
Well, it's a Dan
The
Kennedy
stick.
term called the stick letter, right? And it went
Yeah.
into every box. And I don't know if it went into every box that didn't buy the annual subscription, but it was a stick letter, and then upsold the annual subscription to get the Hand of Fate book, I believe, which is
The
all of the
hand of
manuscripts.
destiny.
Hand of Destiny, that's it. Hand of Destiny, of all the publications of Napoleon Hill that aren't really known and circulating.
Have you seen that book is like this thick?
Yeah, it's big. It's big. I feel a little FOMO not getting it, but maybe next time. I'm sure there's gonna be another offer for it.
I'm sure. So yeah, so that's happened over the past week. I was I was pretty busy this weekend. I think I told you last week that I had hired on some people, and we're doing some blasting of content out there. So we're starting to work together and finding out that sweet spot. So we're going to start really pumping out some content. If you've been following me on any of my platforms, I'm really ready to launch this brand new moving guide that I've been working on, making it what I'm calling is I'm not calling it an official guide. I'm not calling it it's in no way affiliated directly with ClickFunnels, the company. They are copyrighted. So, but it is a one-page ClickFunnels 2.0 moving guide. It has these 6 steps that I have distilled into moving all your funnels and websites over to ClickFunnels 2.0. So that was pretty exciting this weekend to see that almost being ready to be released. We're still looking at the last 2 months of the year, Brandon. The
I
last 2
know
months.
it's crazy. It's crazy, and I don't know what happened in the past. I don't know, 5 from July, because I think it'd be 5 months since then. But a lot of things have kind of gone down and up at the same time. So we're just plugging away and trying to make something happen and finish out the year strong.
Yes. What's the exciting news from last week?
Exciting news from last week.
You
When I
talked to
picked
me
up a
about
client, yeah, I picked up a
email
client, and I'm
and
building out. I picked up a client, and I'm building out their funnel hub. It's a fitness mom, where she lost 84 pounds in 10 months and is looking. I mean, I'm a married guy, but she's looking crazy great, right? And she's just sharing sharing her journey, and she has this 60-day to the new year checklist deal that she's going on and launched, and she has signed up over 3,000 people in a week for this lead magnet. I looked at
Wow.
the stats. Her opt-in percentage is over 75% on both of her landing pages, and I was like, man, I'm in the wrong niche. I gotta get to the health and fitness deal. So
Hey, but
this this this
you
this
might just be experiencing it at the highest peak during this time of year, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're at the end of the year. People are doing New Year's resolution things like that, and they're just trying to, I don't know, do something. But health and fitness is always it's one of the core threes, you know, of things that people buy. It's money, health, and relationships. So I mean, you know, that's where
Health,
people
wealth, and
kind of do it.
relationships.
Exactly. So and the health and relationships always, I guess, in the minds I feel less, I wouldn't call it scammy to people, but less risky than it would be on the make money side, just due to the number of schemes and scams out there when it comes to making money, and marketing businesses and things like that. So, yeah, so
Well,
it's definitely a tougher niche.
well, interesting. Well, interesting because I think it. You know, when I look at scams, I see health scams too. As you know, I see these these videos showing someone dropping a pill in their mouth, and then now they're getting so where I don't know why I'm getting bombarded with this. Or am I the only one, or are you getting bombarded with these? These, I won't even call them marketers. And you know what? I want to talk about that something too, because I saw you post something about I think it was an email that you got. But I think it was really creative.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about, right? But I am getting bombarded with these messages from people on Facebook that are tagging with it'll say they tag you with 96 other people, with 88 other people. Are you getting a lot of that?
I don't get a lot of that. I might have set my security settings to not be tagged in posts like that, maybe a long time ago, and just never really took it off. But I don't get tagged. So check your security settings and see if you can turn off post tagging, comment tagging. Yes, post tagging. I don't. I think I turned that off.
Oh, so I have adjusted my setting, but my setting is that I have to approve it. There are, I it's interesting when we talk about our Facebook profile, and everyone says, this is your space to control. This is your space and you control it. So I really control, even sometimes, I don't let other people post on my timeline for sure. I have in some cases, but I have edited out that, and I do monitor. But there's some times when I do actually tag and put that on my Facebook profile, but it's not going to come from somebody that I don't know just friended me, and they're tagging me and 80 other people with some scam. And that was the whole thing about this whole conversation about being tagged, is a lot of those. I personally, I I'm not really on a diet, so I don't really go for those things. But I can see where it would be enticing to some people out there that felt these pills might actually work. See, I'm old school. I believe what works is work.
Mm-hmm. And that's with any offer or anything that gets sold to you. If you don't put in the work and actually implement the tactics that you bought, then it's not going to work. There is no magic pill. There's no magic bullet. It's work. So if you buy an exercise program, you have to do the exercise program. If you buy the marketing course, you have to do what the marketing course says to do. If you buy the relationship coaching, you have to do what the relationship coach says to do, or again, it's not going to work. So be the implementer, do the thing, and then it will work. But yeah, I mean,
Yes.
there's still a lot of scams out there when it comes to making money online, losing weight, and things like that. Because some things just don't work, especially if you're buying a product. If you're buying a physical product, the formulation may not be compatible with you, or it just could be a water pill, or some oregano in a pill, and you're taking it and it's a placebo effect because people are still doing the work behind it to either walk or lift weights or go to the gym or whatever. But in any case,
Yeah.
everything, it's what you make it, and everybody's out there to make a quick buck. So you just got to mind your P's and Q's and do the research behind the products to see if they are they're legit. So
Yeah. So that brings us to you were marketed to this week. Tell us about that.
I'm marketed to every week. If I got 1 cent from every cold email that I got, I wouldn't have to have a business. I would just get paid by the people that are sending me emails, and that's exactly what happened. I got 1 cent sent from PayPal. It came across my phone, and it was pretty much guaranteed delivery because it's coming from PayPal. And this guy was saying, "Hey, I can help you grow your business and put XYZ dollars, in recurring revenue and get you XYZ clients. Would you like to book a call?" And so it was sent via PayPal. It said such and such company sent you 1 penny, and then in the note it had the mini sales letter in it with the link. And yeah, that was it. So it was like, that's interesting. It's not a new technique by any means, as far as cold direct response type marketing, because there was the Gary Halper dollar letter, and I've received other type of direct mail with dollars in it. Usually you get them from survey companies because they know if you put money in it, people are more apt to do something in return because you give them something. So yeah, it was just interesting take on it. And to think, I don't know how many people he sent it out to, but if he sent everybody a penny and he sent it out to 2,000 businesses, it cost him $200. So
no, what's that?
Oh, $20.
2,000, $20.
$20. So it cost him $20. Yeah. Cost him $20
Think
to
about how many
hit 2,000 people for 1 cent via PayPal. So.
What do you, that's interesting. That's interesting. What was your big takeaway from that? Would you do something like that? And it's interesting because even as we were going through our chapters today, we touched on a couple things. And this is the chapter we were going on over in the book was talking about the marketing must-haves. And he touched on he touched on direct mail. He touched on corporate literature. He touched on public relations. And then just went deep into what did he go deep into?
Trade shows.
Trade
shows. Yeah, he was going on and on about trade shows for like twice as long as, maybe even 3 times as long as some of the other deals. And I mean, depending on the industry, trade shows are a good cornerstone to the business because 1, it gets you out into the public. 2, follows Grant's philosophy of, if they don't know you, they can't flow you. So
they can't.
Yep. So I mean, I like trade shows. I would recommend them.
He went on a long diatribe about throwing the best party at trade shows, right?
Yes, that he really went into depth about, as far as how to actually put on an effective trade show. And it's not so much just showing up with your branded background and a couple samples out on the table and things like that. No, it was an actual theme there to interact with the trade show goers. So we talked about one company throwing a luau at their booth and giving people a chance to win a free trip to Hawaii. And the other one that he talked about was people acting like doctors, solving other companies' problems as doctors in their specialty for the things that they take care of. And they had a massage therapist there, and they were giving out free massages. And even the massage therapist was on the take, in the sense that she knew the product and could talk about the product as she was giving the massage. But yes, the party was the thing that was most focused on, because not only were you getting people there to the booth, but you're also telling about this limited and exclusive party. And he walked through how to get that set up. And said you call the club,
Yeah.
and you negotiate, drink prices, and then you have X number of tickets. That way, it keeps your budget in line. And if you can get a halfway decent deal, it'll cost you maybe $2,500 to maybe $5,000, depending on the size of the party and how extravagant you want to get it to be the talk of the town for the rest of the week. The downfalls of the party was just making sure that it's timed right and it's not on the same night as maybe the overall trade show or some other big company that's there renting out a theme park in the area or whatever. So you're not being dwarfed by any of those things. So timing was key. But no, it's definitely a good good section to
to
read.
He broke it down, and he said that typically on a trade show, you're going to be going out during a weekday, which is typically a slow day for the local bars in the area. So it might make it easier. And one thing I love about this book, and we keep seeing it time and time again, Brandon, are the scripts that he has in here.
Oh, the scripts are phenomenal. One of the things that we're talking about was, especially for press releases, there's a script in here talking about obesity. American children quadruples fast food companies to blame. That's a decent press release example there. And then there was one where he was talking about a teleconference. I think that was in the direct mail deal. No, not there. Corporate literature.
Okay.
Corporate literature under the exercises. So, talk about writing 5 to 10 major sales points, and it was 4 ways to double your business in just 12 months. So that's a great script to pull out.
Yes. Yeah. This book keeps giving, it just keeps giving some really good tips. One thing I want to share with you all out there: make sure you're smashing that heart button. Make sure you're smashing the like button. I liked when he talked about making the news. This was one of the public relations. He talked about, direct mail. I know that you've done some direct mail before. Just some tips that he gave that I really paid attention to when we were going through it was, he said that you should have a message on the outside of your direct mail piece. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He encouraged using colors. When I think about the direct mail pieces that really attract my eyes, I don't know. I see that a lot now. I do see messages on outside of direct mail pieces now. What do you think about putting a message on the actual envelope itself, like arrows or something like that? I don't think he really did. Did he really give any examples? He just said, put messages on the envelope. You've got to get the prospect to open the envelope. So a message on the outside, which should follow the rules above, or writing a great headline, is a good way to go. And he says also, a successful direct mail campaign absolutely depends on how regular and consistent your mailings are. He's talking about direct mail, but what I'm putting this correlation to email too.
Yeah, so email is the new direct mail. But it's more personalized. So it's people that are a little bit further down the funnel than what direct mail would be, unless someone is subscribing to a print newsletter where you're going to be sending a piece of mail out to them. I'm a bit on the fence with this section about the message on the outside of the envelope, depending on the envelope itself. If it's a FedEx deal, yes, sure, do it, because it's a guaranteed delivery. The FedEx person has to deliver the message, and that's a Dan Kennedy ism there as well. Send it FedEx, right? If it's a direct post mail, like first class mail, I wouldn't put anything on the outside, because you want to ensure deliverability. I mean, because if you get a disgruntled postal worker that just thinks that they're just carrying around a bunch of junk mail to people, they're going to toss it down the storm sewer as soon as they get out of the truck. You don't think that happens, but that happens more often than not. So if it's cold direct mail, make it look like a letter that somebody would normally get. That way, one, it'll ensure deliverability, and give it a familiar feel to it. Even though it might not be flashy, people will still open it to try to figure out, okay, who's sending me something. So the handwritten address is on it, and things like that, as personalized as possible to get it to open. That's my thought on the envelope deal.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, and I know that you were doing some email marketing recently, and pretty soon my newsletter is going to be in your inbox. It's going to be in your inbox, so make sure to check it out. Corporate literature. I've seen some good examples of corporate literature recently. I I think, I think some people don't go for the actual physical, something physical that people can have in their hands. With everyone being online, your business being online, I think a lot of people rely on the digital nature of marketing. But I guess, back then it wasn't such it wasn't as prevalent as it is today, and you saw more of this actual physical, brochure that you could have in your hand. And I know you're a believer in it too.
Yeah, I made a pamphlet. It's a little dated now that I've kind of changed everything up and moved websites and things like that around, so I need to redo it. But yeah, but I made a pamphlet, and looking at it, I think I followed, Chet's framework for it. It wasn't about me, 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 me. It was about you, in the sense of wanting to be at the top of the local marketplace. It gave a pain point in the sense that people are looking for, services online, and if you're not showing up, then you have less of a chance to get the deal. And to top it all off, again, if you're not answering the telephone, you're definitely not getting the deal. So my brochure talked about that, and then the site that it sent them to pretty much mirrored the same language as the brochure did. And that's the key when it comes to branding, is being consistent across all media. So Dan Kennedy talks about it is, I don't know what rule it is, but no direct brand buying. Your brand is built a part of your direct response marketing efforts. So that just means keeping the message, the graphics, the colors, all of that consistent across the board. So if somebody gets, a flyer from you, if they go to your website, the website should say the same language, and it should have the same color scheme and nearly the same layout. And again, that goes for any type of ads that you have online as well. So the same colors, same messaging, and same offers, etc., all over the place.
That's what Dan Kennedy teaches, huh? That's good. That's good stuff right there. That is good stuff. Was really good. And I don't know, I guess I was just kind of imagining as you were talking. I think my mind was actually going towards
was I boring you? Is that what was happening? I was boring you.
I was I was imagining a one of those those threefold
Yep.
brochures and with a QR code, because that's yeah, QR codes are super popular now. So I was just imagining that QR code, and one that I saw
Let's see if
online
it'll
recently.
come
Let's see
in.
it. Let's see it.
So yeah, I mean, I have.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kind of
there.
hard to see
Oh,
my
wow.
camera. So
Oh no, folded on the other
um,
side.
there's the QR code, and then so I mean that's it. I don't know if you can see it or
There
not, just
you
due to the
go.
glare, but so yeah, that's it.
Perfect
Um,
example.
I do have
So
why.
where
Good.
yeah, so where are you, how are you distributing these?
I took a bunch of these and I put them in the Chamber of Commerce roundabout deal there for their brochures and flyers. And I dropped this in one other location up in Bell Fountain. I don't know how many are still there, but any place where you can put a a a deal business related, that's where I dropped it. And then I'd hand them
Nice,
out.
nice. Hand them out. Yeah, I've seen some recently. Maybe I will model some of those. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on about this chapter was uh I think what I took away from the public relations, when he talked about the public relations, and he said a couple things. He said that if you remember, he said this, he said that I wrote it down. He said that the golden arches are a more familiar face than the Christian cross. And he iterated about making the news. And he said, you ever notice how you tend to see the same news kind of stories over and over again, even though there are tons of choices, but you tend to always see the same ones over and over again. And it's because the people who determine what goes and what's published, they have relationships with the people who have the stories. And I'm my mind is going like this, and you see it a lot, right? Let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
it. You see, okay, so so I was talking with someone about someone in the ClickFunnels community, in which I'm not as I like them, but I'm not a super big fan. But I think they have like this big crazy audience. I'm gonna say the name right. McCall Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And apparently she's having a challenge this week. Did you know?
No, I did not know. I think I'm friends with her on Facebook. She came across my feed. I hit friend, and she accepted. So great. So it's another person I can, follow a model and see what they post.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when you think about, I think how she came in the community, she seemed to come out of nowhere, but I don't know if she really came out of nowhere. I think she really worked, and you know who she's related to?
No.
Catherine Jones. Catherine
From
Jones from the she's been a funnel hacking live speaker before. She is the design. She has the design school. She's grew a tribe. So when it comes to public relations, it's you know I think that we all have the ability to really go up to those people and start building those relationships, but maybe we don't for one reason or another. But it's sometimes it's those relationships that are going to get you that opportunity. It's going to get you the news. It's going to get you some exposure. If you don't go out there and make those relationships and try to stay top of mind, then I don't think anyone's going to come knocking on your door, you know?
They won't. You have to go out and do the work and build your list and network as much as possible. Um, the um, I mean, because that's the ultimate secret of success. I mean, it's contacts will lead to contracts, and again, there's only one letter different between those two words, and that's the R, and the R means relationship. So, the more relationships you have, the more contracts you're going to get. So, however you decide to build them in whatever niche that you're looking to build them in, whether it be PR, so you can get your information out to all the news outlets, whether it's with other influencers to get your information out to their audience, or if it's just within the community that you're currently in. If it's small, again, you're affiliating for some type of software or other product. Get with those people, figure out the partnership that you can do, because each person has their own unique strengths and weaknesses that you could then bolster. So like you can help somebody's out because you're stronger in one area, and they can help you because they're stronger in another area. So
Relationships. I like that. The R is what changes someone from being a contact to a contract. Yes, I love that. That is so good. Just want to throw a shout out to the Facebook user out there saying, "What's up?" Hey, Facebook user, you gotta let your name come out and say something. Let me pull up the comment here, and I'll let you answer this question from one of our live viewers, Brandon. Here we've got a message from the Facebook user, and my major problem is how to get money so I can build profitable income business. What do you think about that question? Brandon, what do you think about that question coming? Tell us your name down in the comments. We can't see your name.
So how to get money? This is going to be the easiest, simplest answer ever. You got to ask for it. I mean, that's it. If you want money, you got to ask for money. But you do have to do something behind it, right? So the work that you put into it will yield the amount of money that you want ultimately, right? So you got to have some type of offer, figure out a problem that you can solve. The bigger problems you solve, the more money that you are going to get for those problems. And that's it. You just got to learn how to ask for money. Money is, I mean, if you go with what Myron Golden says, money is spiritual. So if if you're a spiritual person, you understand money is just a tool, and figure out a way to think and manifest how to get money, you will get money. You just have to ask for it and then do something to get it. It's just a means of exchange. That's all it is. Do something, get something. That's it.
You make a great point, and I'd just like to add on to that to say that when you look at money, I look at money as a means of exchange. And when I'm exchanging, I could exchange, what is it? It's paper. That's what it is. It's paper with green ink on it with dead presidents' faces on it. And people will take that from you because they'll give it to you because they want something done, some type of task or something that you're good at doing. See, my my thoughts about that is that you don't you have more assets for exchange than you might believe, and it's not always just the paper currency. And if you have a skill that you can exchange for someone else's money, sometimes you might exchange a service for a service. But that's real money though. It's actually real money when you think about it. Let's say for instance, when I got out of the military, I just got out of the military and I'd moved to San Antonio, Texas. And I wasn't making a whole lot of money and had approached this apartment complex to to find a place there. And what I did was I was skilled in electronics and maintenance, and I traded my skill in electronics to be a sort of a maintenance person around the complex. I traded that for rent. So you see how the skill that I have and the ability that I had, I traded it for real money. It wasn't, they didn't really actually give me dollars, but it equated into enough money for me to have a place to stay over my head. What is it? So if you've got a problem how to get money, you have to determine what is it that you can give someone else that they would be willing to give you money for. So you solve that problem. That's the problem. Solve that problem. And what unique thing can you solve for someone? Can you, there's, hey, Brandon, we're in the world of online. There are so many
Mm-hmm.
different skills that you can learn. How many video editors? How easy is it to learn how to edit videos using software, using caption software, using editing software, using AI? Become the person that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Showcase the skill to people that are willing to give you money for that skill. Writing. I'm paying people right now to write scripts for me. I'm paying for them to develop a content plan for me over 30, 60, 90 days. And then when you have developed that skill, that's when it's time to reach out to myself or Brandon so we can help you market it.
Exactly. And I mentioned earlier, there's three core things that people want. They want better health, better relationships, and more money, right? And you just ask the question, how do I get money? But the centralized thing that no one ever really talks about is time. People want more time back. So if you can figure out how to give people time back, that's the biggest problem that needs to be solved. Is how do people get more time? You can't. Every time is finite. We all have the same 24 hours, um, same 24 hours in a day to cash in. So whatever we do from 12:01 to 11:59, that's constricted. But if you can figure out how to multiply somebody's time and get more things done in that 24 hours, then you can make as much money as possible if you're able to multiply yourself to do those things. So that's how you get money. And what was that comment that came across? I like to do what?
Hold on. Let me bring it back up here so you
Bring
can
it back. Bring
discuss
it back.
this.
I have a
There
lot
you
of
go.
jobs like building contractor, pig farm business, Google network like map. Okay, well, focus on one of them. What do you like doing the most? If you like your pigs, then be a pig farmer and sell some bacon. Sell the bacon. Google network like maps. So I don't understand. Like you're good at Google Business Profile. I mean, that's a needed skill. These small businesses are in desperate need of getting on the map and optimizing it. A little bit tougher sale than bacon, I will say, because everybody loves bacon. Not many people understand Google Maps. So take one of those things, focus on that, and that's how you'll make money.
Yeah, and then go out and market it. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate your comments, everyone. Facebook user, next time, let us know your name down in the comments. We're glad to have you every week. Every week. This time, we wouldn't miss pitch practice if what?
If we were on Mars. But I will say we are missing our third. It's been a very challenging month for her. She's going through some interpersonal family deals she's dealing with. So we're wishing her the best. We're praying for during this time. So Laura should be back here in the next couple of weeks. So we know you all miss her. We miss her, but she'll be back. We promise.
Yes, she misses you all too. But that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Any final words before we sign off for the week, Brandon?
Just get out there and sell somebody something to help them out. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And I say the most important thing, we're going through Secrets of Success. We're really revisiting my classic Think and Grow Rich. Got a brand new copy of it mailed to me. And it's really encouraging me to go back and look at those same principles that Napoleon Hill taught. And you think about Think and Grow Rich, and it's not just thinking and growing rich. Thinking alone will not get you the results, but it's all about taking action and taking consistent and persistent action towards those goals. And if you're making, if it's just a step a day, a journey of 1,000 miles, start with one step. And if you're going in the same direction, if you're going in forward momentum, forward direction, then sometimes you have to realize it may not seem like you're making progress, but you are. Take a look, smell the coffee, smell the roses, and enjoy the rest of the week until we see you next time. You like that,
Absolutely.
Brandon?
Loved it. Best buddies. There you go.
All right. Take it easy, family. We'll answer your questions next week. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Take care.